This is Errol Marks from the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. We're here at Radio Row, Super Bowl 59, and it's a wonderful, wonderful day. It's the final day for us here at Radio Row, and we're here with the one, the only, Jeff Beecher.
What's
up, buddy?
Oh, it's so good to see you, bro.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We're in New Orleans.
New Orleans, and I know you're doing some big things. You have a bunch of great opportunities here, and you're doing something in the very near future. Tomorrow you're going to be doing an event with the governor. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, first tonight we got Jeff Ross.
That's right.
Roast Nola. We took over this venue called the Republic out here. It's a pretty amazing venue, and it holds like 400 people. So it's like all just VIP. It's really cool. So we got Ross tonight. They made Ross. What is it? Today's the 7th, right? Mm-hmm. So the 7th is Jeff Ross Day.
Jeff Ross Day, here at the one and only Super Bowl 59.
The governor is the greatest. And tomorrow's Beecher Day, Jeff Beecher Day, and then we're doing a full madhouse. We got everything. We got everything from the world's largest daiquiri and Guinness Book to Cardi B coming to perform. And,
Cardi B. I mean, have you ever sang with Cardi B? Have you ever been on stage with Cardi B?
I know Cardi.
She knows how to move, man. She knows how to move. She knows how to shake it. But Jeff knows how to shake it, too. I know. He's a little lost sometimes, but I know he knows how to shake it. Let's get into some of the stuff that Jeff has been doing over the last couple of years. And I've seen him on the Tom Brady show, the documentary.
Jeff is so easy to explain. I mean, he loves making people happy. He roasts the one he loves. He always says that, and he's been doing this for as long as I know him, which is over 20 years. He's one of my best friends. He's a genius. I mean, it took him 5 years-ish to put the Tom Brady roast together. That thing was one of the greatest pieces of TV of all time.
He's on all those roasts. It's unbelievable.
Well, he created it. He branded it. He's literally the roast master.
Are you the roast master too, or because you're partners with him? So you're the backup guy.
No. I MC shows, and I produce these incredible theatrical experiences. That's my thing. I'm the best in the world at that. Jeff's the best in the world at roasting. He's hence the greatest roaster of all time, or the greatest showman of all time, which they call me in. I don't know. Every magazine and newspaper.
He's an interesting dude. I've met him years and years ago. He was at an event, but I didn't really get a chance to speak to him. I shook his hand, and he roams. He likes to, be a personality, and that's something that I love is people that are authentic. And Jeff is very authentic. It's who he is. Tell us a little bit about everything that you've been doing over the last couple of years and some of the stuff that you have really, done. Like you said, you're the best at what you do. Tell us a little bit about what you've been doing.
Yeah, we took a break. Our last theater we owned was 7 years ago, and I took a break just to get healthy. I was like 400 pounds. I was going to die. It was either
400 pounds?
Yeah, it was either like die or continue features.
How much weight did you lose?
I'll show you a picture. It's intense. I lost like 250 pounds.
250 pounds?
Yeah. I always say.
How long did it take you to lose 250 pounds?
It took 2 years, but it took 10 years to figure it out.
Was it a shot? Did you take a shot or
no? So
that was you?
Yeah.
That can't be you.
It was me. So anyway, that's like a whole nother hour.
I think that's how I remember you.
Yeah, that's who it was for a long time. So last year, Netflix came to me and we did 3 live shows with them during their festival, and then that just rebirthed Beechers, and now we're doing pop-ups now, so we'll do pop-ups in the best cities around the world a couple times a year. We're opening new theaters, just incredible stuff coming. Documentaries coming.
I've seen a lot of different things on Netflix. I'm a Netflix phenomenon. I like the documentaries. I'm really, really into the documentaries and the comedy shows. They're fantastic. And one thing that I've learned about Netflix is whatever sells, they're going to put on their network. And obviously what you're doing as a product has been sensational.
Yeah. I've had a really blessed, charmed life. I lived in hotels for 20 years.
Is that blessed? Do you want to live in a hotel?
For 20 years I did. As a kid, it was really fun. Yeah.
I don't know if I would like to live in a hotel. Maybe one of those Airbnbs, I jumped from one Airbnb to the other.
Yeah.
Just jump, like a hop, step and a jump.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. That's what I did when I went and got healthy. I was the entertainment relations consultant for Airbnb, so I did all the celebrity relations for them. Just, while I was getting healthy. So, yeah, I went from one hotel to another. Airbnb is the largest hotel in the world if you think of it like that.
Yes, it is.
Every night there's, 4 million-ish people staying in an Airbnb. That's technically like a hotel room if you call it a hotel room. It's the largest hotel. But the Airbnb is larger than any hotel chain. I think if you combine them all.
That's what I think we're doing right now. I don't want to stay in a hotel. Hotels are too expensive. It's ridiculous.
I'm in an Airbnb.
Yeah, so am I. And it's actually cheaper. If you get the right Airbnb, it's not. The hotels are like $1,000 a night. It doesn't matter where you go. The Hilton, the Marriott, it doesn't matter where you go. You can go a hole in the wall. It's going to be about $500-$600 over here.
Yeah, I have Jeff and some other big celebrities, friends of mine that's staying with us. So I was like, we looked at the hotel rooms were like $3-4 grand, $10 each at the Windsor. Like it was crazy. So we just got an Airbnb. Get a nice little 7-bedroom for $50,000. It was still cheaper by half. The hotel rooms would cost about $100,000. We get the Airbnb. I mean, you can get cheaper houses, obviously, but Airbnb is the best.
It is, and we're here with Jeff Beecher. We're here at Super Bowl 59, and it's beautiful. Radio Row. It's kind of the last day. I mean, everything else is just going to fall flat on its ass. But hey, getting back to what you've been doing and stuff like that. Have you been around? Have you been looking around New Orleans since you've come here?
Oh, 12 years ago. That's why they made it. Jeff Beecher did more. Like 12 years ago, the last time I did Super Bowl was here. When it was here, we did a Beecher's here. So I stayed in touch with all my friends here, and like I love New Orleans. And
I love it. Everybody overrates the food. These guys love these hot things, the fish, and all that.
There's a long explanation to this one.
I'm not a big fan of it.
Errol has a type of diet that is very New York, where there's not a lot of spice. All right? There's only spice here in New Orleans. And it's pure comedy watching him order food sometimes on this trip.
I'm the healthy guy now, so I gotta get.
So me and you would get along. I mean, if I'm going to a fish place, I'm eating chicken strips. Okay, that's
me and
Ross.
Not
healthy.
That's what happened yesterday. Me and Ross.
Yeah,
he's ordering all his French fries and cheese.
Yeah,
and kumbaya,
the jumbo.
Yeah.
It is a kumbaya. Every time you look at it, the stench of it, fish. I don't like the smell of fish.
I'm so with you, bro. The whole thing.
Me and you, we got it. We got it.
Yeah.
The New Orleans thing. I'm here. I'm a New Yorker, so So when I go to New York, I like the Italian food. And people say I'm nuts because one of the time, I think it was Wednesday, I said I want to go to an Italian place, and they were like, "You're in New Orleans and you want to go get Italian food? What kind of person are you? What kind of traveler are you?" And I said, I don't want to eat any of that fish because there's too much spicy stuff, and I'm in the bathroom. As a matter of fact, before you came on, I was sitting on the bowl. So,
that's a lot of information.
Yeah, I know. It's that stuff that
that kind
sponges
of
in that stomach, man. It doesn't really work well with my stomach. But, hey, you know what? I'll tell you what does work good with my stomach. It's comedy. And comedy.
You guys
really.
coming to the shows?
Listen, if you invite us, we'll go.
Take my cell.
I will take your cell. I'll take your cell. What's your number? All right, write it down. I don't want to tell anybody over here.
I'm actually a huge comedy fan. I've been going to clubs in the city, go to Comedy Cellar since I was like 18, first time I could. But I got a couple of buddies there, stand-up comedians. I got to ask you, this being in the game so long, you go from having influences to influencing people. First off, just comment a little bit about that trip of like that changeover from being that guy to now the guy that people are looking up to.
I don't know. When you caught in it, all right, like when I first started building Beechers, it was just like every day you're waking up, it's just full mayhem and craziness, hence the madhouse, right? And I did that for 17 years straight, and then it was like a hard stop to get healthy. And that also kind of just morphed into like, I'm getting healthy. Everyone's like, wow, you look amazing. You look so great. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm an inspiration for this. And then all my friends in Hollywood, everyone like respected it more. Then I just got connected with companies and I started connecting everyone together. And then, now I'm perfectly healthy. I got everything's cleaned up, straightened up. And, it's time to go back full force into the Beechers. I feel like I'm going to do it where I'm not going to go as wild as I used to get,
I'm not cleaned up, okay? There's nothing cleaned up over here in my brain. My stomach, it might be cleaned up, especially when I just went to the bathroom. But as far as this brain of mine, it's never been cleaned up. And if you ever watch our show, and we are a little crazy, we're not like every normal show here. When we do an interview, it's kind of out there. And you just mentioned jambalaya or whatever, jumbo. My brain has a bunch of jumbo in it. So anytime, it's mumbo jumbo when it comes out of my mouth. So the Super Bowl is right around the corner. We have a couple of days left. Are you a football fan?
No.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know. You know what I love? I love events. Like I love going, like sitting in the 50-yard line or in a 50-yard line box, or like going to a basketball game, sitting courtside. I just love like that.
you like to be in front of people. You like to show off that beautiful body you have right now, right?
Exactly.
You got to show it off. I mean, and if you
No,
need some help putting on some muscle, I can help you with that too.
Thanks,
Okay?
buddy. No,
I can hook
listen,
you up.
I'll tell you the reason why I don't follow sports. When I was 17 years old, I gambled with a bookie, right?
Oh, I got a good story
And
for
one
you.
weekend, I lost $37,000. So back then, that's like $1 million weekend, right? So I'm a kid, and I had to sell my bar mitzvah bonds to pay the bookie.
Oh, look at that!
And I felt so.
We're Jewish too.
Listen,
you see this?
I felt so guilty that I was like, I can't get into sports. I can't watch it. I don't want to know
your
about
mother
it.
probably wanted to choke you.
I'm
man.
a degenerate. They didn't know until years later. But it was really.
That's a
You
tough secret to
replaced
keep.
it, didn't you?
Yeah, I felt
I
horrible.
knew it. I
Yeah.
knew it. I remember when I got I had my bar mitzvah, and I had like what was like a $16,000 bond, and when I turned 18, my father was like, "We're going to give you the bond. What are you going to do with it?" I want to buy a car. He's like, "You're not buying a car. You're either going to put it towards school or something that's going to make you more money." And I said, "Well, what's wrong with a car? It don't make me money. If I travel and I go from point A to point B, it's going to make me money." He's like, "Not that kind of money, boy." That's what he told me. Not that kind of money.
It's a good dad.
He was a good dad.
advice.
He was. But you know what? Before we let you go, because I know you're a busy guy, all right? And my question to you, and this is a really good question. When you were 18 years old, okay, and you were trying to figure out what you wanted to do with your life, and obviously you were into comedy, you were into stuff like that, what did you want to be when you were in your teens?
Who I am today.
That's really what you wanted to be?
Everything, yeah.
Everything? You just went, I want to be a comedian. That's it.
I wanted to be a comedian, do stand-up, and I started doing stand-up, and then I started doing the show, and the show became so much grander, putting all the pieces together, like having the cool celebrity audience, having, crazy wild acts, having comedy, and then I just started emceeing it. In comedy, people don't realize it's a full, when you start doing stand-up, you got to do, it's 5-8 years before you're the best, I always was the best of the young comedians at that time, right?
Oh, there we go.
And, yeah.
There we go. What is that? Hold on. Run DMC?
Yeah.
I'm a DJ, too.
Nice.
I know it.
Nice.
I know it.
Yeah, so so I started doing stand-up, and then I just started emceeing, and then I really just, I had great stage presence, so I didn't get into doing actual stand-up. My friends were the comedians that, like Jeff Ross, we made comedy shows, and then the room got so crazy because the performances got so crazy, you couldn't do stand-up in it. Like Bill Burr, all the greatest comedians in the world, this room is crazy because little people performances, like Oompa Loompa dancing, and then you put a comedian on after.
I like Oompa Loompas.
It's hysterical, and the room got crazy, so we made a decision.
You ever go to midget fighting?
No, we don't. You gotta be. It's 2025. I can do it, right? But it's little people wrestling.
Little people. That's right.
people
Little
wrestling.
people.
Yeah.
That's the right way of saying it. If you're like Andrew Dice Clay and you call them midgets, they want to choke you.
When our shows were down, I was like, I remember all the cancel culture started. So I called Gary from Howard Stern. I'm like, what do I do when I start doing shows again? They're like, we just changed the names. Your grandfather didn't. Don't worry about it. It was
That's funny.
Well,
all right, guys.
Jeff, you're fantastic. We'll talk.
Thank you.
We'll talk.
Yeah,
You're
you got
awesome.
my number. You'll come
awesome.
tonight and/or tomorrow.
Yeah,
whatever you
well,
want.
Jeff,
absolutely.
thank you so much.
I'd love to have you guys.
Jeff Beecher, ladies and gentlemen. Radio Row. We'll be back after this.